Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first, our top story. Indictments against 3 inmates at the South Dakota Penitentiary are raising questions about who the state is housing in its prison system. Attorney General Marty Jackley announced the indictments this week and include 5 different cases involving several defendants, including current inmates and former Department of Corrections employees.
Why were all these indictments announced together in the format we saw this week, given that some of the cases are not at all linked?
A variety of reasons. One is certainly we will have a period in which we can utilize a grand jury. We will, from time to time, pick a grand jury that will bring certain types of cases in front of. In this instance, it made sense. We felt we were at a point in the investigations to move forward again on these 5 cases and 6 individuals. Those were presented to the grand jury.
In total, 6 people are facing indictments. 3 of those are prisoners accused of committing crimes inside the state penitentiary. That includes 64-year-old Kelly Irby, who is not listed as a DOC inmate. In fact, Irby has no criminal record in South Dakota and he's never been charged in federal court. We reached out to the Department of Corrections and were told that Irby's in custody because of an interstate compact with another state. We did some further digging and discovered Irby is serving a life sentence out of Washington State. His criminal history includes burglary and multiple robberies dating back to 1977. His most recent crime happened inside the Washington State pen in 2006. Court documents say he made a weapon out of a razor blade and used it to slash a fellow inmate's throat. Now, because it was his 5th felony conviction, he was sentenced to life behind bars, a sentence he's now serving in South Dakota. South Dakota Supreme Court is sending an abortion lawsuit back to a lower court. The justices reversed a circuit court judge's dismissal of the lawsuit. The group that filed the lawsuit wants Amendment G taken off the November ballot. They claim supporters violated state law when collecting signatures. Now, if passed, Amendment G would add abortion rights to the state constitution. You can read more about Friday's ruling on our Capitol News Bureau page right here on KELOLAND.com. Let's take our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. It is a warm start to your Saturday out there, and it's going to get pretty hot as we head through the afternoon. It's a quiet start to the day, though. Here's a view from our camera at Falls Park. 67 with an east wind at 3 miles per hour. But all eyes are also going to be out west as Sturgis is now underway. It's a quiet start to the day out west as well, but those roads are going to be full of bikers as we head through the day, and for good reason. It's going to be a nice afternoon, although it is also going to be rather hot. You will want to keep that in mind. There's Aberdeen, 70 with a south wind at 6 miles per hour and a gorgeous sunrise up in Brown County, but it is again going to be the thermometer that we watch today. 73 right now in Spearfish, 72 for Huron, 74 Mitchell, 72 Mobridge, 69 degrees for Pierre and Phillip. We have dangerous heat and humidity to talk about today, but the fever breaks sooner rather than later. We'll talk about that in your extended forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. The Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office says deputies will be more proactive in enforcing the curfew in place at the Sioux Empire Fair. The curfew prohibits anyone 17 and under from being on the fairgrounds after 9 p.m. without an adult. This is the 4th year that the curfew has been in effect, but this year officers say they'll rely less upon voluntary compliance and won't hesitate to escort violators off the property.
I feel strongly that the curfew has decreased the number of assaults that we've had out here, and lets everybody else know that may have avoided the fair because of past incidents that may have occurred at night, that they now can come to the fair and be in a safe environment.
Deputies say it's not difficult to pick out underage teens violating the curfew because they often walk the fairgrounds in groups. They say most of the teenagers are cooperative when they're asked to leave. Meanwhile, the Sioux Empire Fair is warning fairgoers to be on the lookout for ticket scams. They're recommending buying tickets to events like concerts directly from the fair. If you do purchase tickets from another source, the fair cannot guarantee that the tickets are real.
If you're buying tickets to any of the concerts or events here at the Sioux Empire Fair, we recommend buying them directly from SiouxEmpireFair.com, or you can buy them on grounds here at the information booth or at the gates when you come in too.
The Better Business Bureau says fake tickets are easy to duplicate nowadays. They also recommend using a credit card when making an online purchase for extra protection. Today's fair activities include an open-class swine show at 10 a.m., carnival rides starting at noon, an open-class sheep show at 3 p.m., an open-class goat show at 5. The grandstand entertainment features The Fury with special guest Corey and the Fireflies at 7:30 p.m. Fair admission is $10, $5 for children, and free for ages 5 and under. The grandstand show is free with a paid admission. The fair runs daily through August 10th. Activities at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally include the Mayor's Pub Crawl beginning at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Musical entertainment includes Thunderstruck at the Buffalo Chip Campground, the Kentucky Headhunters at the Full Throttle Saloon, Tech 9 at the Iron Horse Saloon, and Nate Botsford at the Harley-Davidson Rally Point. The Sioux River Folk Festival at Newton Hill State Park near Canton includes live music throughout the day starting at noon. Tickets are $30. Kids under 14 get in for free. Enjoy live music in downtown Sioux Falls at Levitt at the Falls. Local kids entertainer Phil Baker performs at 10:30 a.m. Tonight's headliner is Arlinda Peacock with opening act of Nadja Nicole. The music starts at 7 p.m. Bluestone Federal Credit Union is hosting a backyard bash at Sioux Falls Stadium. Activities include a cornhole tournament from 2 to 5 p.m., bounce houses and kids activities from 2 to 7 p.m., and a showing of the movie The Sandlot at 7 p.m. Admission is free. Adam?
Well, if you're going to be headed outside today, yes, you'll want to keep an eye on the thermometer and the heat index, but also the UV index. That is going to be in the very high range today, an 8. Safe sun time is only going to be about 15 to 30 minutes. So on top of staying hydrated, make sure you have that sunscreen ready to go and reapply as necessary. But this is the main headline today. Heat advisories along and west of the James River Valley through 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain Time today. Heat indices in the advisory area may reach and exceed 100 to 105 degrees. Even outside of the advisory area, near and east of I-29, toward the hills, northern Perkins County and Hardin County as well, we still could see heat index values around 100, if not higher than that. So the take-home message is pretty simple. And it's going to be another hot day. You'll want to plan accordingly, take frequent breaks, and do what you can to stay cool and hydrated, especially if you're going to be out and about, say in Sturgis, for example, where you are part of that heat advisory out that way. Otherwise, it's a quiet start to the day. The closest anything is to us this morning is a couple of thunderstorms up toward northern Minnesota, toward the Ankle Inlet, and then northeastern North Dakota as well. But that area of low pressure is going to try and act as a triggering mechanism for a couple of isolated thunderstorms later in the day and into the night, especially if you are in northeastern KILOland later in the day. There's 8 p.m., for example. A couple of the models try to pick up on this. A few others in the short term, really not picking up on much of anything. So it's a conditional opportunity for thunderstorms. Either way, if we're able to get something going, there's going to be plenty of moisture in the air to fuel these thunderstorms, so they may become strong to severe. Either way, stay weather aware as you go through the evening, especially in northeastern KILOland. Sunday could feature a couple of showers and thunderstorms, but we do have a better opportunity coming around Sunday night into Monday, especially if you're in the northern half of KILOland. We're going to switch views on Futurecast so you can kind of get a better idea of what we're talking about. Take a look at the northern half of the region where we have that better chance for a shower and thunderstorms in place. I don't want to overlook Sunday. You could see a few scattered thunderstorms to the northeast and out toward the west as well. Tuesday into Wednesday, quiet Tuesday, not so much Wednesday. We're going to see those thunderstorm chances come back into the picture for Wednesday into Wednesday night. But along with that opportunity for more rain, cooler temperatures will be in the cards for us as well. We'll circle back to Sunday briefly. Marginal risk level 1 in green along and east of I-29 between roughly Millbank and Wilmot down to Moody County and then into southwestern Minnesota. Wind and hail are the main concerns, but I mentioned those cooler temperatures. Odds for near to below average conditions are favored, especially near and north of the I-90 corridor. So if you're done with this heat and humidity for a little bit, we do have a break on the way. Until then, though, please keep this in mind. 90s near and east of the James River. Triple-digit heat more likely in central and western KILOland. Now, these numbers that you see on your screen do not take into consideration the heat index. It's going to make it feel like it's even hotter out there. Lows tonight, 60s and low 70s. Some isolated thunderstorms are going to be possible, especially toward northeastern KELOLAND. The rest of your 7-day forecast still hot through at least Sunday, even Monday to a lesser extent. But with those shower and thunderstorm chances popping up more and more, we also have those cooler temperatures on the way. Notice the 70s by the second half of next week in Sioux Falls and in Aberdeen for that matter. Aberdeen also having a better chance for thunderstorms Monday, to a lesser extent Wednesday as well. We go from 94 today into the mid 70s by the end of next week. For Pierre, triple-digit heat today, 90s on Sunday, spotty thunderstorms Monday, better chance on Wednesday, and you also get into the low 80s and upper 70s by the end of next week. And for Rapid City and the surrounding areas, including out towards Sturgis, yeah, it's going to be a hot one today. Keep that in mind. 102 for a high, 97 on Sunday with a couple of thunderstorms, isolated thunderstorms on Monday as well. Then notice we do have those rain chances lingering into the second half of the week with 70s coming back. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.